Automation is often sold as a way to reduce friction. If machines handle routine work, teams should coordinate more easily. But in many organizations, introducing AI has the opposite effect. Instead of smoothing collaboration, it can make coordination harder, slower, and more fragile. At first, this sounds counterintuitive. Automation promises efficiency, tasks are standardized, decisions are faster, handovers should become simpler, and in isolated workflows, that often happens. A single team using AI internally may see clear gains. The problem appears when automation crosses boundaries between teams, departments, or systems that were never designed to align perfectly. Coordination is not just about task execution, it's about shared understanding. Teams need to agree on priorities, definitions, timing, and responsibility. Much of this alignment happens informally, through conversation and context setting. When AI systems automate parts of the workflow, they often compress or remove those informal coordination layers. What remains can look efficient, but feel brittle. One common source of friction is misaligned optimization. AI systems are usually tuned to optimize specific metrics: speed, accuracy, cost, or throughput. These metrics make sense locally, but organizations rarely operate with a single objective. Different teams optimize for different outcomes. When one team introduces AI to improve its own performance, it can unintentionally create problems elsewhere. A faster output upstream can overwhelm downstream teams. A more aggressive filtering system can remove information another group relies on. Efficiency in one place becomes friction elsewhere. You can see this in customer-facing operations. An AI system may automate ticket triage to reduce response times. Support teams receive fewer, but more complex cases. Meanwhile, product or engineering teams may receive escalations with less context because the system stripped away details it considered unnecessary. Each team improves locally. Overall coordination suffers. Another issue is opacity. AI systems often act as intermediaries between teams. Instead of handing work directly to another group, tasks are routed or transformed by a model. When something goes wrong, it becomes harder to trace where the breakdown occurred. Was it the input, the model's decision, or the receiving team's process? This ambiguity slows resolution. Coordination depends on clarity about who did what and why. Automation can blur those lines. Timing also matters. AI systems operate continuously. They don't wait for meetings, availability, or shared checkpoints. This can desynchronize teams that once worked in rhythm. One group may now move faster than others can realistically respond. Dependencies that were manageable at human speed become strained at machine speed. Coordination problems emerge not from incompetence, but from mismatched tempo. There is also a trust dimension. When outputs are generated by AI, receiving teams may question their reliability. They may add extra verification steps, slowing things down. Ironically, automation can increase manual checks rather than reduce them, especially when teams don't share confidence in the system's assumptions. What was meant to remove friction adds new layers of caution. A credible counterargument is that these issues are transitional. As organizations adapt, processes can be redesigned. Teams can align metrics. Systems can become more transparent. This does happen in some cases, but adaptation has a cost. During the transition, coordination often worsens before it improves. And not all organizations have the flexibility to redesign cross-team workflows continuously. Another argument is that coordination problems already existed, and AI simply exposes them. That's often true. Automation can reveal misaligned incentives or unclear ownership that were previously masked by human workarounds. But exposure still has consequences. Making problems visible doesn't resolve them on its own. The deeper issue is that AI systems tend to formalize decisions that were once negotiable. Humans routinely adjust based on context, delaying a task, adding a note, making an exception. These small acts help teams stay aligned. AI systems follow rules. Once deployed, those rules apply consistently, even when flexibility would help coordination. The loss of negotiability can feel like a loss of agency. Some organizations respond by reintroducing coordination explicitly. They add human checkpoints, shared dashboards, or cross-team reviews. They slow systems down in specific places to allow alignment. This can look inefficient compared to full automation, but it often improves overall performance by reducing friction between groups. Coordination, it turns out, is work. This doesn't mean AI is incompatible with collaboration. It means coordination is not a byproduct of efficiency. It has to be designed for. When AI systems are built with only local optimization in mind, they tend to fracture shared understanding. When built with cross-team effects in mind, they can support alignment. As automation spreads, coordination becomes a central challenge. The question is no longer just whether a system works, but how it changes how teams relate to each other. Because in complex systems, progress depends not only on how well individual parts perform, but on how well they move together.